I'll start with you, James, if you're beside me.
Fine.
The Detroit Emeralds were born out of the Tillman Brothers Gospel Group, right?
Well, two of the Detroit Emeralds were from the Tillman Brothers Gospel Group, and that was Ivy and Abe.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in the gospel group. No. But Abe and I got together, like I was singing with another group, and he started playing guitar behind us. And him and I got together just to sing, and then we asked Ivy if he would come in and sing. So, like, it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, this is 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years. Ooh, this is our anniversary this month. Matter of fact, today is our anniversary, last day in October.
Yeah. Really?
Sure.
Oh, incredible.
10
Congratulations.
Years. Thank you very much.
Well, 10 years is a long time to spend in this business, isn't it, really, and still be at the top?
Yeah, well, like, we enjoy what we're doing, and, like, we put, like, about, say, 20 years in it, because Ivy and Abe, they were, like, together in a spiritual group, the brothers, Tillman Brothers, and they've been doing it since Abe was about 4 years old. And, shoot, and he's, what, about 27, 28, 29 now? 29, so it's been a long time, yeah. But it seems like yesterday because we still enjoy it as much, I guess, as they did then and I did singing with, other groups or whatever.
That's what I was going to say. Does it seem like 10 years that you've been together?
It just seems like yesterday. It seems like we just started singing, and we're just so happy that people are accepting our music and that they continue to accept it. We're sorry about not having any recordings out for the past couple of years, but it was due to, everybody gets in a squabble with the recording company, and it takes a little time to get it out. So everything is settled now, and Abe is with us in the capacity of a producer and a writer. Carl has taken his place as far as singing because he's getting deeper into it. Because Abe wrote "Feel the Need," "You Want You Got It," and him and myself, we did "Do Me Right," "Weather Spring." We wrote a lot of tunes together, but he's trying to stay there to make sure that we keep hits out. And we're on the road a lot. It's kind of hard doing it all.
Yeah, you've had this collaboration with our great soul man, Willie Mitchell.
Oh, yeah. He's a wonderful guy. And, we owe a lot to Willie because he took us in like sons, We went down to record our second recording with Westbound. We were lucky enough to go into his studio and have his magic hand on the control boards, and the wonderful guys like the Hodges brothers and Howard Grimes and the late Al Jackson, who was with Booker T and the MGs. We had such beautiful musicians, and I think that's the secret to our music being so appealing to the people, Had some good people with us.
How many times have you played in this country?
Believe it or not, we're going on our 6th year. And every year it gets more wonderful. It gets better every year, and it's hard to believe.
Is there a British soul scene as such?
Yeah, well, we've seen since we first started. I think we first came over in '71. We came over for a contemporary for John Abbey. He was beautiful to us. He introduced us to the British public, and we can never thank him enough for doing that. And it took maybe a couple of years for it to really catch on to our sound because we came over on the record "Do Me Right." We never knew that the records like Showtime and Older Billy Joe and different things we had did earlier on the Rick label was over here, And he rises up to this fact. And he called us one day. We were appearing at the Apollo Theater, And so would you guys like to come over? And it's all history from there.
Now, you started on the Rick label, and you had,
yes.
As you said, Ode to Billy Joe.
Yeah.
How did you come to record a number like that?
Well, we had did Showtime, which it did very well for us, and then we had another cut called Ordinary Man, which did pretty nice for us. And we liked the tune. We were doing Ode to Billy Joe on our stage act. And our producer and the owner of the record company, Mr. Ed Wingate, along with Al Kent and Herman Weems and the late Willie Garrett, has written a lot of tunes for the earlier acts on Rick Tick. They liked the way we were doing it on stage, so they said, hey, let's record it. And we enjoyed doing it.
It's a strange choice, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think you do what you feel that people would like and what you feel that you do best. And it's, we put our style to it, and we're hoping that they like it,
Fine, thanks very much, James.
Yeah.
I can come across to Carl now. At what point did you join the group? Because you're a relative newcomer now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I joined the group, I'm going on my 4th year now. Yeah, I started off with a backing group that was hired by the Detroit Emeralds, and I was the lead vocalist for the backing group. And when Abe decided to leave the group, I was there, and Detroit Emeralds decided to draft me. And, yeah.
So do you know anything about the history of the group now?
Yes, I do.
When Rick Tick got taken over by Motown.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Why
I know.
did you go to the Motown label?
Well,
Or is that contractual?
We reason we didn't go to Motown because we were still under the wings of Mr. Ed Wingate, and right at that time we didn't feel as though we were ready to go to an organization that big, and we loved working with Mr. Wingate, and evidently he loved working with us, so he kind of kept us around, and that's what led to us writing tunes like "Do Me Right" and "Wear This Ring with Love," and "You Want You Got It" was the inspiration that we got from Mr. Wingate. So that was it. We were so close with him until we just stayed. And eventually, he had gotten out of the business, but he kind of looked after us, put us on his wings, and we were introduced to Mr. Armand Palladium of Westbound Records and Mr. Bonnie Mendelsohn, and that was history from there.
Sorry about that, Carl. You on the spot there, do you get involved in any of the composing, or is this something that your predecessor Abe was doing?
Well, I have to take time and try and learn. Well, right now I'm still trying to learn how to write and produce professionally. I can arrange, a little, but James and Willie Mitchell and got Ivory, they and Abe Tillman as well. They do all the writing and arranging and producing, right now.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Who selects the songs for the group?
Well, the group does.
All three of you together?
Yeah.
And what surprised me actually is you do a Paul McCartney song, which came as a bit of a surprise because, you're essentially a soul group. And it makes me wonder now what constitutes soul music. I mean, Paul McCartney, to my way of thinking, isn't a soul writer.
No, well, that particular tune, it wasn't a soul tune. It was Paul McCartney's style, And we decided to listen at the tune and we worked with it and rehearsed with it. And when we finished, we decided to rearrange it. And when we started doing it, we just came up with a completely different thing, and we enjoyed doing it. It's a very, very, very
But
good
it comes out as a soul song.
Yes,
Not being
yes, it
definite.
does, yeah.
Just about anything can go with soul music.
Well, that depends on how you arrange it.
Is that?
Yeah.
Am I generalizing too much now?
No. It depends on how you arrange it, Like, well, you can write a song, and record it and whatever, and your production of the song, we can turn it around.
So if I write a song,
it depends on your interpretation of the song,
Fair enough. So I suppose anything by the same token could therefore be country and western music if you sing in the country
If it's a
style.
country and western, I and James and Ira, we can arrange it. We arrange it. It's just a matter of you've got to want to do the song.
Now, are the Detroit Emeralds now going through a name change?
Not anymore. We were going through a contract dispute over the name,
Yeah.
But at first we lost the rights to the name. Now we want it back. The company, we went to court and they gave us the name back, and we're still Detroit Emeralds. We did have to change our name at one time.
So you're now back to the
Detroit
Emeralds.
Yeah.
When can we hope to get a new single from you then?
Any day now.
Any day now.
Yeah.
It's already recorded?
Right. We have a whole album recorded, and it's probably out now in the United States. No telling when it might any day now. It might be in the UK.
Could you tell us?
Feel the need in me.
What's going to be the title then?
Feel the need in me.
Like, not again.
Or is it?
Surely. I mean, we've just had Feel the Need in Me as a great big hit.
But that wasn't the title of an album.
No, that was an album. No, but a new single though.
Yes, but this will be the title of the album. Feel the need in me. I think so.
Well, what happened is they have a lot of tunes that Abe recorded with us. Before the group had left the company for a moment, and what they're doing now, they're taking the tunes out of the can because we haven't had a chance to record since we made the contract. We solved the contract dispute. We haven't had a chance to record ourselves with Carl. So they're releasing some of the old stuff with Abe on it on an album entitled "Feel the Need in Me." So we went in and we recorded. It's basically the same. It's the same track, but we did a little something different with it. They had it mixed different, so it'll be a disco version of "Feel the Need." Same feeling, same everything, but it'll be a little bit different when you hear it. And they were planning on going with one of the other tunes off of it, but one of the writers for, I think it's Billboard, a cash box, Mr. Tom Malden, I think his name is. He heard the album. He said, "You guys are crazy if you don't re-release this tune," you know. So it's really left up to the company what tune they release as a single. We couldn't say, but they seem to be favoring Feel the Need for that particular album. So by the time we get back home, we'll be in the studio recording new material that we've had the pleasure of working with our musical director, Mr. Marvin Willis, and Mr. Brimstone Ingram, our pianist. They work with us, and we come up with some tunes that we think will be good. Plus, Avis did about 4 or 5 new tunes. And they say, we think they're going to be giants. So, like, I'm looking forward to this album, to Feel the Need, coming out, but I'm even looking more to the second album, the album which will feature and debut Mr. Carl Johnson with us.
This is Ivory. This. Yeah.
Oh, not really.
No, something cold. Is it? I've never been so hot in all my life.
Yeah, I'm burning up.
Just since I left the Middle East. Anyway, you're one of the original members of the group.
That's right.
You date back to 66. That's
right.
Now, you originally belonged to the Tillman Brothers.
Right.
What exactly were you doing in those gospel days?
Well, just singing on Sundays, going to church every Sunday morning, all through the week, and singing every day. Like my father and grandparents, all were very religious. We was always in church, and that's why we, started singing when Abe was 2 years old, and we've been singing ever since.
And we don't have a gospel scene over here. We don't have gospel groups on really. Is it a full-time profession?
It can be, yeah.
Is it a money-making thing?
Not really, just do it really for fun and enjoy spiritual, enjoy singing for God.
So at what point did you decide that you would leave the Tillman Brothers and...
Well, like everybody started doing different things. Everybody got grown, started getting married, and started going to army and carrying on. So that's, they broke up the group for a minute. So we just Abe started playing behind James, and that's where we started with the Detroit Emeralds.
Do you write as well, or is it...
Well, I haven't wrote anything yet, but I'm planning on to within the next year or so.
In a soul vein,
Right, yeah.
So what is the long-term future now for the Detroit Emeralds? Are you going to stage more, or is there an influence from groups such as the Average White Band?
No, we're going to stay basically as we are. So maybe a little pop, in between. Sing some of everything.
Can a white group influence you, though?
Oh, yes, it can.
In that kind of way?
Yeah, just like the Beatles, they've influenced it quite a bit because they sang, some of the stuff that we really like. We're trying to get into, some things that could be standards, just like they have written.
Are there 3 or 4 different soul scenes going at the moment? This is really what I'm trying to get around. There seems to be an Average White Band. There's the Detroit Emeralds, the OJs, that kind of level. And then there's the Temptations. You seem to be into something
different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Hard rock, yet Average White Band should be hard rock, and yet they're not.
Well, it's like a band.
Feel music wrong.
No, it's just a band. It was just a. I don't know how to really explain it.
I think what it is, everybody's going into a different bag. Where at one time there was a bag hard rock. One time there was a bag just rock and roll or rhythm and blues or what have you. And now this past couple of years you've had the disco. Now I think everybody's coming out of the disco and just turning everything around. What they're going into now, I don't know. Everybody's going into their own thing.
Getting back to Feel the Need in me, I know James has spoken at length about it, but there was just one little aspect of it which I'd like to cover. What's this about the Damon Sean dubbing?
Well,
some years ago.
Well, Damon was an artist that was under Westbound Wings, and Abe wanted to put on us and do a thing on him, so he put it out on him too, and had both group and him doing the same tune.
But it didn't quite come off.
Not too well for him. Much better for us.
So, obviously Feel the Need in Me has got to be your favorite song of all time.
One of the favorites. Do Me Right. We got quite a few favorites.
If you had a choice now of choosing a song which you wouldn't necessarily want to see going to the charts for any particular reason, just a song that you like particularly, you've been listening to over the years, is there only one that you choose?
Wow, that'd be kind of hard. It's because so many. But my favorite really will be, of our tune or anybody's tune?
Anybody's at all. Now the reason I say this, the 3 Degrees have done this incredible version of MacArthur Park.
Yeah.
Which, if you were choosing a song that's 3 Degrees, you certainly wouldn't have chosen MacArthur Park, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, the way I feel now, the one we just did of Let 'Em In, that's the one I like. Because, it's got a feel and, it's just got a good, very outstanding meaning to it, for everybody.
So I think it should be, put into soul so everybody can really get a chance to grab onto it and get the feeling from it.
Finally, thank you all.
I can give you an opinion of mine because at one time I was an outsider. Before I was singing with the Detroit Emeralds, I was working at Ford Motor Company, and I used to be a very good admirer of the Detroit Emeralds. And I think Baby Let Me Take You, You Want It, You Got It, Feel the Need in Me, and Wear This Ring with Love are the most fantastic tunes I've ever heard in my life. I used to walk around the assembly line singing, Baby Let Me Take You, Feel the Need in Me. And I almost drop a motor on my leg, But I used to really think the group was fantastic. I did.
Well, I think you're all fantastic. You're called the Detroit Emeralds. Are you, in fact, all from Detroit?
Yes, we are.
You are?
Yeah. Well, we live in, we were, all of us were raised in Detroit. We were, James was born in a town called Perry, Florida. I was born in a town called Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas. And I was born in Uniontown, Alabama. But we all were raised in Detroit,
And you're all your way back to Detroit now, or?
We're going to Germany.
You're going to Germany?
For a couple of weeks, yeah.
How have you enjoyed your 3-week tour?
Oh, yeah. Every time we come over, I enjoy it. I'll be looking forward to it.
Does that mean you're going to come back again?
Oh, yeah. If I can come back after I leave Germany, be all right.
Great, well, we'll all look forward to that. Thank you very much indeed for your time. James, thank you.
Thank you.
Carl, you likewise. And Ivory. And best of luck with everything you do in the future. And I hope that, I personally would prefer that you didn't choose Feel the Need in Me as a new release, that you would choose something else.
It's
However,
left up to us. It's the company. Like, what they'll do is they release the album, and it'll be left up to the public. They can tell them what they want, Anything that they have on it, we would be glad for it to be a hit record because we'd love to do it. And then we're looking forward to even more so the new compositions, like I said, by Mr. Willis. I'm a musical director, Marvin and Brimstone and myself, tunes that we did, and some of the new stuff by Abe. So whatever the people want is what we want them to have.
I'm sure it's going to be number one anyway. Once again,
I like to mention our new guitarist, Mr. Kenny Gamble. I'm sorry, Mr. Kenny Goodman. I'm sorry.
I'd like to say, where's Leon Huff?
No, I'm sorry. I meant to say Mr. Kenny Goodman. He's doing a fantastic job. He's a new guitarist in our organization, and I hope he sticks with us and hangs on, because he's doing a heck of a job. A heck of a job.
I think the whole organization is, in fact. Well done, Kenny. Alvin, you're musical director for the boys. What exactly does that entail?
Well, it's more or less putting a show together and doing the charts, directing the band that we get, because we carry a rhythm section with us, and we hire horn sections wherever we go, and someone has to be there to take control of the horn section. And if we're short on some of the rhythm section, take care of the new members that we put into it.
Is there any particular reason for bringing your own rhythm section?
Well, certain feels that you want. You can't expect the new rhythm section to give it to you, because there's certain things that you give them and all the different accents that you would tell them, it's impossible for them to remember them in such a short time. And you can, you write so much down, and then it's so much that, it's just, you have to have a certain feel to play it. And, in rhythm section, you've had time to really work with them and drill them into playing, the feels that you want in the tunes.
So, your work involves selecting the songs?
Yeah, I help in selecting the songs. I work with the group. We all get together and, everybody come up with different ideas, and then we weigh them, see if the tune is of any value to the group. And it's never, it's not nice to do a tune just to be doing it, because, well, personally, it costs a lot of money to do a tune. So you don't want a tune that you'll just be doing and then throw it away. You want a tune that you can always use, put into the show, and take it out at different times.
What do they like to work with?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, they made me quit school.
Really?
All right, well, I joined them a year ago. I was in college back in the United States. And it was a freak accident, because I never even thought about playing with them. I was just home on summer vacation and hadn't got a job, and a friend of mine introduced me to him. They asked me, did I want to play, sit in that weekend? I said, yeah, I didn't have no money, so I'd do it. And got in. And they had a few things that I saw that needed work on. and sat down and got together with different ideas, and they dug where I was coming from, and I dug where they were coming from. And so we got together, and everything, was starting to turn. They hadn't really blossomed because when I got with them, they had lost the name. They were under a different name, and I saw a chance to really build something. To have a hand in building something, and really working together with them. They gave me a chance to do everything that I wanted to do, as far as recording, writing arrangements, and having them played by professional musicians. And that's something that everybody looks forward to. I mean, some of the best musicians in the country. So,
What's your personal musical ambition?
I want to direct a big symphony orchestra.
What kind of symphony? You mean a symphony orchestra playing
My
classical
music.
music or your music?
My music.
Like Van McCoy?
Well, not necessarily Van McCoy. Mine would be a mixture of all types of music. Whatever I feel like I'm in the progress of writing a complete, let's more say, a concert. And my biggest dream is to have a, complete show, whereas I would, go out and just take over everything.
Do you think that could happen?
Mm-hmm. Because so far, I haven't been turned down on anything that I wanted to do. I wanted, the year before I got with the group, I wanted to travel to Europe, see Europe. I'd never been, in Europe. A year later, I'm in Europe. So I figured if I keep on thinking, I'll be directing that band one day, it'll come.
Well, I hope it does, Marvin. Thank you very much indeed. Best of luck with your hopes and your dreams. I hope they all come true.
Yeah, I got faith in them.
Thank you very much.
All right.